Powering forward is the Buckeyes, trying to gain territory. Bulldogs out of the scrum with possession, fighting forward. Looked like that was Jaden Ramsey there, running forward aggressively. Now the Bulldogs going to go ruck after ruck, as it looks like play will be stopped here. And it's going to be Buckeye ball. As we said, their fans travel well. Looks like we're going to have a scrum awarded here to the Buckeyes as they await Jack Dulich rolling this ball in. About 7 minutes to play here. Now fighting for territory. Buckeyes will roll it in. They're going to get the ball, and they're going to try to go quick. Some good passing for the Buckeyes, and it's a little high. It's going to bounce out of play off a Buckeye player. Looks like we're going to have another line out here. It's going to be a scrum. Adrian ball on the 25, near side of the field. If the Bulldogs can capitalize off this and take a 2-score lead late in the game, anything would still be possible, but it would be unlikely that the Buckeyes would be able to make a comeback with how good the Bulldogs defense has played thus far. Here goes the scrum. Bulldogs will take possession, and it's a great play there by Ramsey, stiff-arming a Buckeye player before fighting his way forward. As now the Bulldogs will kick it. That's Quinn Murray, and the wind will take this kick right out of play. So we will have another line out here. This line out seems to be awarded to the Buckeyes on about the 45. Waiting formation, and the Bulldogs with a chance to steal possession here. It will be a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes. It's going to be a scrum on about the 45. Ohio State ball. As the ref starts the scrum, and it is rolled in by Dulich, who's going to pitch it out quick. They've set this up a couple times, but the Bulldogs are ready for it, and it's a big-time tackle there. Bulldogs trying to make sure they stay onside here, as the Buckeyes are going to keep trying to power forward, as they're going to keep fighting after he fell. He's going to roll right up and fight forward. It's Ohio State ball now. Another big hit by a couple Bulldog defenders. They're going to go ruck after ruck. Here is the Buckeyes. Bulldogs still playing great defense, not giving up much here, as we have about 3 minutes left in regulation.
Again, there's not very much vertical movement. It's mostly just lateral
As the Buckeyes are going to break away here. Talk about vertical movement. There's some vertical movement. As that will be a successful try for the Buckeyes. Another try where they kick the ball forward in order to gain more territory and successfully fall down in that try zone. No, the try is going to be taken off the board, as they're going to say that was a little bit of illegal play there by the Buckeyes. Bulldogs able to kick that ball out of play. Just over 2 minutes to play here, and the Bulldogs will have a chance at a line out. Godito throwing it in. Buckeyes will steal possession. And it's going to be a pull down there. So it will be Buckeye ball. The ref making sure everything is clear. His instructions are clear. Explaining to both teams what he's expecting here, as it will be a Buckeye kick. And the Buckeyes will kick this ball straight out of play. Believe that was number 15 for the Buckeyes on that kick, Isaac Ricker. Will be a line out, Buckeye ball. And Buckeyes will keep possession here, now trying to go quick. And a good move, but he is still brought down. That was number 9, Jack Dulich for the Buckeyes. Both teams fighting for territory now. And a big hit plowing through is the Buckeyes. As they are just going to keep fighting for room over and over again. And it's a big time tackle by Michael Andrews to stop the momentum there. As both sides are powering forward. That is the end of regular time. We will have a little bit of extra time as the Buckeyes now with a chance to score, and a big time move there by Connor Fairfield before being brought down into a ruck. Both teams fighting now. This is big time moment for the Buckeyes. If they give up the ball and the Bulldogs can get it out of their end, we will likely see this game come to an end with the Bulldogs winning.
Will they be able to have another big stand like they did earlier in this half?
That's what we will see, as the Bulldogs now fighting with the Buckeyes, as they are going to go ruck after ruck and get it as close to that try line as possible. So they're going to power their way forward. No call yet. Bulldogs signaling. But it's still no try for the Buckeyes yet. As the ref trying to get a good look there at the bottom of that pile and that try line. As the Buckeyes have to go ruck after ruck, and the Bulldogs are doing a good job slowing things down. Just powerful play here by the Buckeyes. As it looks like it's going to be stopped by the Bulldogs. No try there. Looks like the Bulldogs with a chance to kick this one. Buckeyes need to get it in a hurry and get to that try line, as we are on the ref's watch now. In extra time, not an unknown amount here, as this ball is kicked, and the Buckeyes will have a chance coming up and immediately going down into a ruck. As they're going to try to get it to the outside. Bulldogs gaining a lot of territory with that kick, however. Ball finding the outside for the Buckeyes. As they will lose the ball. That will be whistled for a scrum for Adrian College here. Bucks fans traveled well today. See if they stay for the second game of the doubleheader, which we will have for you here on ACTV in a little while. Ref starting the scrum. And Stevens rolling it in. Looks like the Bulldogs might have pulled away a little bit too early. It's going to be Ohio State ball. Looks like we're going to be doing another scrum here. This time, Buckeyes ball. Buckeyes need to work up the field in a hurry here, have a chance to tie this game. And here we go as the ball is rolled in, and the Buckeyes will keep possession as they're going to try to get this ball forward, and they're going to lose it. Kicking it now, but the Bulldogs have it, and they are going to kick it out of play. And that is a well-timed kick out of play. As I believe that will be full time on the first game, and your Bulldogs win 29-22 against the Buckeyes as we get ready for the second game in our doubleheader. What did you see there in the first game, Michael?
A lot of great action, but especially there towards the end, the stand at the trial end is really the difference in this game. The Bulldogs just wanted to keep Ohio State out of the end zone or try-end more than Ohio State wanted to score.
Yes, and Ohio State fans did travel well today. They're going to be a little bit disappointed after that first game losing. Bulldogs haven't lost a game yet this year, and we would like to thank the Adrian College men's rugby team as they are proud to partner with the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Foundation for our Pink Out event today, honoring all men and women affected by breast cancer. Inflammatory breast cancer is a rare and aggressive form that is often misdiagnosed as an infection, making early awareness and diagnosis crucial. We will have a Pink Out for both games today as both teams getting ready for the second game, which we will have in about 20 minutes. This has been Men's Rugby on Adrian College TV. My name is Sean Whitmer, here with Michael Hale. Thank you, and we will see you soon. taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Both teams changing kits for the second game. Bulldogs going to be wearing black kits with black shorts, as the Ohio State team will be wearing red kits with gray shoulders and white shorts. In the first game, we seen the Bulldogs take the win 29-22. They played some great defense there in the second half, and Guerrero scored 3 times, really being the difference maker for the Bulldogs in that game. Today's doubleheader is a pink out, and for more information on that pink out, here is Michael Hale.
The Adrian College men's rugby team is proud to partner with the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Foundation for our pink out event today, honoring all men and women affected by breast cancer. Inflammatory breast cancer is a rare and aggressive form that is often misdiagnosed as an infection, making early awareness and diagnosis crucial.
And as we await the kickoff, it will be the Buckeyes kicking this ball away first, just as it was in the first game. Bulldogs are now sitting with a record of 3-0-1, as the Buckeyes are sitting at 5-3 after that last loss. Buckeyes looked a little bit sloppy, a lot of aggressive play taking place between both sides. We've seen a yellow flag during the game, or yellow card during the game, mind you, on Junior Salo. What did you see in that first game that leads you hope for the Bulldogs to come away with 2 wins in a row?
Well, they're coming in with a lot of momentum after the great defensive stops in the extra time right at the line. So they hope to keep building off of that and bring that into this game.
Of course, we talked last game about how the Bulldogs played both Wayne Cosper and Michael Andrews, thinking that they both wouldn't play in this game, but Wayne Cosper back out there for the Bulldogs. Nice, speedy end man out there. He played a good game in the first game. He still seems to have some fresh legs as he's out there warming up. And the Buckeyes ready to kick this ball away. It'll be kicked to Cosper's side. A little bit of a slower kick. Looks like it's going to go right into a maul. Bulldogs going to push back the maul, but it looks like it's going to be Buckeye ball coming out of the ruck. Buckeyes going to push forward. Here go the Buckeyes now, and a big hit there on the side. Great hit by the Bulldogs. That's going to be number 11 for the Bulldogs. And in this game, that is Prince Dole, as they're fighting along the side. Bulldogs keeping possession well here. Both teams fighting for territory now. Bulldogs wanting to come away with a double win here. As we're sitting at about 39 minutes left. Minute gone so far. There's going to be a stoppage here. Looks like we're going to have a Buckeye kick to start this game. As that ball will be kicked right out of play.
Some great aggression here early on in this second game as Ohio State looks to rebound after that first game and come away with this win here in the second game.
Yeah, and they have possession here on this line out now. And they will keep possession, trying to get this ball to the outside. Nice long pass there. As Buckeyes are just going to fall forward into the pile there. Some big hitting here for the Bulldogs, same as last game, playing very aggressive. As that's going to be a wild pass. Buckeyes will keep possession, but the Bulldogs doing a good job coming up and making the tackle. Another good tackle there by the Bulldogs, not leaving a lot of room to work for the Buckeyes. They're going to get this ball to the outside, and it looked like the Buckeyes wanted to make the hit themselves. That was number 7, Daniel Potter, or Savante Scott Jr., sorry, number 7 for the Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs will take possession again. That ball is going to roll out of play. That was number 11 with the ball, Prince Dole.
Great awareness by him to pick that ball up off the ground.
As we will have a scrum here at about the 47. It will be awarded to the Bulldogs. Rolling in the scrums for this game will be Ryan Schramek for the Bulldogs. It's a good roll. Bulldogs with possession. Schramek over to the middle, powering his way forward there. As they're going to go into a ruck here. Keep fighting. Bulldogs just fighting ever so slightly, as that's going to be a wild pass, and the Buckeyes are going to take it the other way. That is a successful try for the Buckeyes. We will see if they can make the conversion attempt as well. Setting up for the conversion now.
That was great awareness there by the Buckeyes to pick up that loose ball and take it all the way in to get the try there early in this game. Early momentum shift for the Buckeyes.
Looked like that might have been Zach Willoughby, number 14 for the Buckeyes, as we await the kick now. Numbers for the Buckeyes a little bit hard to read here with the sun coming down, as this kick is up, and it's a little bit of a knuckler. Not going to go in, just short. So it will be an early start, 5-0 here for the Buckeyes. Same way they started the last game, but it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. It's Bulldogs awaiting the kick now. They will kick this ball away. Buckeyes doing a good job trying to stop it, and it looks like it will be a ruck and stoppage whistled by the ref. It's going to be a scrum for Adrian here. Once again, we have Schramek rolling this ball in for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs will keep possession, but it will be stopped by the ref. Seems like the Ohio State fan base has thinned out a little bit here in Docking Stadium. Not as many people in the stands for this second game from the Ohio State fans. Still have quite a few Bulldog fans in attendance, as this scrum with a second attempt will bounce out kind of far, and they're going to have to go into a ruck here as both teams fighting for possession. Ohio State came out of that with the ball, and they will be awarded possession with a kick here. As that ball will be kicked straight out of play. It will be Ohio State ball on about the 45 with this line out. It's going to be number 2 for the Buckeyes, Daniel Trask, throwing this ball in. Buckeyes will successfully retain possession as they are trying to get to that outside edge, and they will, but the Bulldogs are there for the stop, and a good tackle by the Bulldogs, making sure they do a good job wrapping up. Going low there, but the Buckeyes are going to keep fighting, going ruck after ruck. Trying to gain territory while doing so. And it's a big hit by the Bulldogs. That was Tole. That's going to be a forward pass most likely. So it will be Bulldog ball here on this scrum. This time from the Bulldog half. Ref making sure both teams understand his instructions, prioritizing player safety for these scrums. And that's a big time tackle there for the Buckeyes. That will be stopped. It will be Ohio State ball here with a chance to kick for territory. From the 20, they will push the ball down to about the 10, it looks like. It will be a scrum awarded to the Bulldogs at the 20, actually.
And you can see it early on in this game here. The aggression levels from Ohio State are much higher than they were at in the first game.
Trying to make sure they split the series here, as that's going to be a little bit of a wild pass. The Bulldogs having to clear space now, but that kick's going to go lateral. Ohio State with a chance. Bulldogs just trying to keep it out of their try line, and it's going to be a tackle. Ohio State ball on these rucks. Adrian doing a good job in the last game, but Ohio State with a chance. I think they're going to say he went out of bounds before that. Looks like they are going to say he went out of bounds before the try. It will be a scrum around the 5. Awarded for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes will lose possession. Bulldogs dive on the ball, go right into a ruck there. They're going to go ruck into a almost solo maul. As the Bulldogs now trying to fight their way out of their own end. Not a lot of breathing room, as this ball will be kicked. And it looks like it's going to bounce out of play there.
That was another great defensive stop there. Deep in their own territory by the Bulldogs there.
It's going to be line out about halfway in the field. Line out win here could be big for either squad. Ohio State with the advantage as they get to throw the ball in. But we did see the Bulldogs take a lot of these line outs away from the Buckeyes in the last game. Buckeyes will keep possession. Now trying to get the ball to the outside as that kick will be, he stayed in bounds. Great play by the Buckeyes as they're going to gain a lot of territory off that. That was number 11 for the Buckeyes, Jack Lang, making a phenomenal play, keeping this Buckeyes team rolling as they're going to keep gaining territory, keep fighting their way down the field. Ref will stop play.
That was an incredible feat of athleticism there to keep himself in bounds and keep the possession for the Buckeyes there.
Possession awarded to the Buckeyes with a kick here. Looks as if they're going to be kicking for territory, as this ball will go out of play. Looked like Cosper wanted to go up there and get that ball. It will be a scrum awarded as that ball went out past the try line. Scrum awarded to the Bulldogs here. Rolling it in. Bulldogs will keep possession. Some clean passing here could get them some great territory as they're going to fight their way forward. As they just keep pushing. It's a big kick there by the Bulldogs. And a nice hit there by Tole. Coming up with a great hit there. Whiffs on the second attempt, as he's going to be brought down by Savante Scott. Just making great hits is the Bulldogs all day. It will be Adrian College ball here as Carson Roble lines up to make the kick. He will kick it out of play, gaining some territory there is Roble. And the Bulldogs will steal possession and run down, fighting for the try line, and a big-time hit by the Buckeyes. That was Cole Kinsey fighting his way towards the try line. As the Bulldogs in great position here to score. Fighting forward, going ruck after ruck now. Bulldogs going to keep fighting, trying to go ruck into maul. Looks like we might be fighting for possession down at the bottom of the pile. Ref stops the play. Trying to get some order here.
A big opportunity here for the Bulldogs to tie this game up here about halfway through the first half of this game here.
And it looks like we're going to have a scrum awarded for the Bulldogs at about the 5. Ball rolled in. Bulldogs keep possession, flicking it back, and big tackle by the Buckeyes, but their Bulldogs are going to keep powering through. Eventually brought down, but around the 1. As the Bulldogs just keep fighting here. A little bit of a wild pitch, but they get it outside. And it looks like they are going to say no try there. Looked like that might have been Wayne Cosper trying to break the try line. Looks like we're going to have a scrum, as that ball might have been walked out by Adrian. So it's going to be a scrum awarded to Ohio State here. Both teams fighting for positioning here. Buckeyes will keep possession as they are just going to kick this ball away, and it will bounce out of play. We will have a line out. Looks like this lineout will be awarded to the Bulldogs. They're going to push this lineout up to about the 40. Adrian will keep possession. A little bit of a wild pass, but the Bulldogs will get on it in a hurry. Nice flip out to Cosper as Thole is waiting for the ball, and it's going to get there late. The Buckeyes with a big hit, and now it's Lang fighting forward for the Buckeyes before getting brought down. A little bit of niceties occurring here by both sides. Buckeyes will keep possession. Buckeyes with a kick. Going to kick this one right out of play. Will be a line out awarded to Ohio State. And Ohio State going to try to go into a maul. Looks like they're going to keep pushing forward, but the Bulldogs are prepared for it. The Buckeyes still fighting. Now going into a ruck, pitching the ball out. Bulldogs trying to rip that ball away unsuccessfully. Now both teams fighting for possession. Nice tackle there by the Bulldogs. Buckeyes going into a ruck here. And a big hit there. Looked like the Buckeyes wanted to try to run over the player unsuccessfully, as there's a successful try for the Buckeyes. Whole lot of chit-chat going on down there, and the Buckeyes will successfully score that one. Looks like that might have been number 11 Lang on the score, and now he will attempt the kick.
That was great concentration by him there to pick up the ball after it hit the ground there.
Very good job by Lang getting that ball off the bounce, making sure it was a successful try. As this ball is kicked away, and that will be a successful conversion as the Buckeyes will take a 12-0 lead as we await the Bulldogs kick. What have you seen here today, Michael?
Well, Ohio State's just come out with a lot more aggression than the Bulldogs have here in the early goings of this game. It looks like they're using their loss in the first game as a way to come back in this game and try to split this day.
As we kick it away here, Buckeyes will take it, trying to fight their way forward. Now Buckeyes going into a ruck here and into a kick instantly, and that will go out of play, looking like a kick for territory. It will be a line out awarded to the Bulldogs. As we await the throw in here. And that ball will be retained by the Bulldogs. Trying to get some room to the outside now. And there goes Wayne Cosper breaking away getting brought down from behind, but a good job pitching that ball back just before he goes down, as they are going to keep pushing this ball forward. Trying to make sure both squads are onside. As a big-time hit from the Buckeyes. 2 players in on that hit for the Buckeyes, as they're going to keep trying to fight their way forward. That ball is going to find Carson Roble off the kick, who's going to end up at the bottom of the ruck. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to go ruck after ruck here. Bulldogs trying to use some of their power that they had in the first game, but the Buckeyes seem prepared for it in this one. Roble outside. Going into another ruck here. The power game just not working the same way it did in the first one. As the Bulldogs trying to find some room here. Not a lot of room to find, though. Buckeyes playing physical as this ball is kicked high. Takes a Bulldog bounce, but the Buckeyes will grab it. Trying to fight forward before the ruck. There's an opportunity for the Bulldogs, but I think, and they will gain possession. Bulldogs now right into a ruck, as that's Jury finding Cervantes. Cervantes Scott hit hard in the air by the Buckeyes. Was wrapped up by the ankle and then hit midair as he was trying to make a move to get going that way, and it looks like it will be awarded as Bulldog ball. Will be a scrum here. Scrum awarded for the Bulldogs. Scrum awarded for the Buckeyes, mind you. As we await the roll in. Both teams fighting for territory here. Buckeyes trying to get the ball to the outside. Some good attempts to wrap up there by the Bulldogs. Looks like that was Jury coming up to make the hit. It will still be Ohio State ball, however, this time with a kick attempt. Likely to gain territory as this ball is kicked straight out of play, almost horizontal, gaining almost no territory there on that kick. Will still be Ohio State ball here. And the Buckeyes will throw it in. They will lose possession to the Bulldogs, though. Bulldogs powering their way forward. Great play there by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs going to keep powering their way ahead. As this ball is flipped for a pass attempt, Buckeyes are going to take the ball and they're just going to boot it away. Bulldogs will field the kick cleanly. And instead of kicking it, he's going to fake the kick and just run forward going into a ruck now. Both teams fighting for territory here as we're going to go ruck after ruck for the Bulldogs. Roble with the nice pass to the outside. As that's going to be number 12 for the Bulldogs. Joshua Gatewood at the bottom of that ruck. That ball is going to be kicked. Buckeyes losing a lot of territory there. The Buckeyes will kick it now. And the Bulldogs will gain possession. Bulldogs now trying to get something going in their favor, as that ball will find its way out of play here.
Big time aggression being shown here by both teams, as there is some physicality and words being exchanged between the two teams.
Yeah, Buckeyes were on the receiving end of a lot of that physicality in the first game. This game, it seems to be the Bulldogs on the receiving end to start here, as the ref will stop that line out early. Now it will be Adrian ball. Looks like both squads fighting for territory. Buckeyes will come away with it. Trying to go ruck after ruck here. And a big hit there by the Bulldogs. Trying to regain possession here, and they will. Now Buckeyes having to get onside here, as the Bulldogs just trying to flip it. Finds Carson Roble, trying to make something happen. He flips it out. That's going to be Thole fighting his way forward. For going out of bounds. This will be a line out awarded to the Buckeyes. Line out on the 20. It's going to be Ohio State ball. See what they can do with here. As the Buckeyes will retain possession. Now trying to get to the outside. That's going to be a little bit of a sloppy pass. Bulldogs will take it away. And Bulldogs with a sloppy pass now. Rev calls stoppage.
Some sloppy play here in the last couple of minutes here from both teams, really.
Yeah, both teams not really playing as crisp as we've seen today, as it will be a scrum awarded here to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs will roll it in. And the Bulldogs will gain possession, as that's going to be a little bit of a sloppy pass, getting past Roble, and the Buckeyes with a big kick. But here comes Cosper to kick it out of play. As that ball will go out of play in the back of the try area. As we have just under 10 minutes remaining here in this half. It's going to be a kick away here by the Bulldogs. Nice kick there. Thole with a chance. And Thole diving on the ball right around that out of bounds area, and it looks like he will go out of play.
Line out on the 45. Scrum down Adrian ball.
It will be a scrum, actually. Adrian ball here. Bulldogs going quickly here on this scrum, and they get out clean. A little bit of a fake pass there. Looks like that might be some forward action happening, as the ref will stop play. Looks like we are going to have a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes at about the 50, almost as midfield as you can get. So that ball will be rolled in. Bulldogs trying to come up with a big-time tackle quick, as Roble will find his way to having the ball before being brought down. Bulldogs are going to go into a ruck here. Fighting their way forward. Just keep pushing is the Bulldogs, going ruck after ruck. Playing a little bit slower here. So they're going to try to get the ball to the outside. Now fighting his way forward. It's going to be Gatewood, as they're going to keep fighting for positioning here. Estole going to pick it up and drive his legs before getting brought down by the Buckeyes. The ref is going to call stoppage there, awarding the Bulldogs the ball. Will be a kick straight out of bounds for territory here.
Some good aggression being shown here by the Bulldogs as they look to score before the half ends.
Yeah, about 5:40 left in this first half. Bulldogs are going to need to come away with something, as they have a chance here, and they will have a successful line out, fighting their way forward.
Ohio State ball.
It will be Ohio State ball now. That was Eshok on the bottom of that pile for the Bulldogs, as the ball is kicked out of bounds and bounces right off of our booth up here.
Hey, figure top back off, bro.
Waiting a line out here for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes will retain possession. Now trying to get the ball to the outside. Bulldogs playing a little bit too aggressive, opening up a hole for the Buckeyes, as the Buckeyes are going to run into open field and going to kick it for some territory. Bulldogs will field it. Looks like it will be stoppage at about the 5. Bulldogs with a chance to kick here. Kicking for territory, it looks like, as this will go out of play. Will be a line out at around the 40. As we await the line out, will be Ohio State throwing it in. Ref making sure he has order here, as this ball is successfully completed from the line out, and the Buckeyes trying to gain some positioning. Making sure the Bulldogs are onside here, as the Buckeyes are going to keep powering their way forward. But it will be Adrian College ball. And a kick. That one for territory as they will push this ball down for a line out. A lot of territory gained there, almost 30 or 40 yards gained.
The Bulldogs are going to need to be extremely aggressive here on this offensive attempt here.
As the Bulldogs will lose possession on the line out, but the ref will call stoppage, picked up by the Buckeyes before being brought down. It's going to be a scrum on about the 20. Adrian College, the chance to roll the ball in. Just under 2 minutes to play here of regular first half play as this ball is going to get pitched to the outside. Nice play setting up for the Bulldogs as they're going to keep trying to gain some territory here before being brought down and having to go into a ruck. Now in a ruck. The ref will call stoppage. It will be Adrian ball still. Likely offside there for the Buckeyes. As we await the kick here from the Bulldogs. It's going to be a light kick, just gaining some play here as that ball will be loose and the Buckeyes look like they might have dove on it. Buckeyes now going into a ruck. A lot of times in this situation they like to kick it, but this time they won't. This time they'll fake the kick and they'll run into some open territory. Here go the Buckeyes gaining a lot of field here before being brought down hard there by Scott Jr. And the Buckeyes will keep trying to fight forward. Looks like that's going to be halftime from this first half. Buckeyes up 12 to the Bulldogs 0. Not a lot of offense taking place there in that first half from the Bulldogs. As here in Docking Stadium, Bulldogs looking to make a comeback for the second half. Today we are in a pink out situation. Michael Hale telling you about the pink out game today.
The Adrian College men's rugby team is proud to partner with the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Foundation for our Pink Out event today, honoring all men and women affected by breast cancer. Inflammatory breast cancer is a rare and aggressive form that is often misdiagnosed as an infection, making early awareness and diagnosis crucial.
Yes, and thank you to the Adrian College men's rugby team. Goes out. A lot of fans from the Adrian College side dressed in pink today, as we will be back shortly for a second half. Thank you for tuning in to ACTV. Don't go anywhere.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today, and never replicated after you graduated.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to ACTV. My name is Sean Whitmer, and in the booth with me is Michael Hale as we await the second half opening kick from the Bulldogs, and it is away. Buckeyes touch it first. Bulldogs trying to fight for possession here, but the Buckeyes will go down with it, starting a ruck. Not a lot of field to gain, as the Buckeyes will kick this ball away. That ball will be grabbed here by the Bulldogs. Looks like it will be Buckeye ball, as it may have bounced forward and was grabbed on the second bounce. It will be Buckeye ball on the scrum. Both teams fighting back and forth. Ball grabbed by the Buckeyes. Trying to get things going, as that ball is going to be stolen away by the Bulldogs. They're going to fight for a little bit of territory here. And the Buckeyes will get the ball back. Will be stopped. It looks like we're going to have a scrum for the Bulldogs. First half was a little bit slow for the Bulldogs, as it was a 12-0 end of the half there. Buckeyes having a hot start, but all-around slow finish from both teams. What did you see there in the first half, Michael?
Yeah, it just seemed like Ohio State was the more aggressive team in that half there.
As Cosper rolling the ball in and going to get out of there with it. Fighting their way forward now is the Bulldogs. Both teams fighting for positioning here. As Cosper going to get out of there with it and flick the ball back. Buckeye is playing very physical here. Cosper seems to be the one leading the charge here. Yes. Pitching the ball out.
It looks like the Bulldogs are bringing the Buckeyes are bringing the aggression to the Bulldogs.
As the Bulldogs trying to get some openings here. Sanders goes for the one-handed catch and just can't get the ball, slipping out of his hand and going out of play. Buckeyes going to make a change here. So we await the scrum here at about the 45. And here goes the scrum now. Buckeyes get the ball. Trying to get some room. And here go the Buckeyes. Getting the ball to the outside in a hurry, and a big-time tackle there by the Bulldogs. So we await word here. Looks like it will be a line out for the Bulldogs. That ball will be grabbed by the Bulldogs. Sorrentino fighting his way forward. It will be Adrian College ball here. As this ball is kicked away and out of play.
It looks like the Bulldogs are trying to get themselves fired up to get themselves back into this game.
As the Buckeyes are going to steal possession away here and go into a ruck. Now trying to fight forward. Buckeyes keeping possession, now going to kick. Bulldogs in perfect positioning. Going to make a nice move there, making Buckeyes fall. That was number 10 for the Bulldogs, making some good moves there. Thomas Howard. Looks like this will be a kick for the Buckeyes. They will kick for territory as that goes right out of play. On the far side of the field, the Buckeyes now with a line-out opportunity. Trying to set everything up here. Awaiting the throw in. Both teams trying to make sure that they're prepared. As the Buckeyes will retain possession. Trying to go hard, but the Bulldogs will take it away. Looks like that was Josiah Eshok stealing that ball away. It's now looking like a maul forming here. It will be Bulldog ball on the ruck as they're going to try to get out of their own end here. With about 33 minutes to go. And it's going to be a kick forward. And the Bulldogs trying to fight for possession. It will be stopped. Ref awarding a kick for the Bulldogs, and they will kick this ball out of play over into the visiting bleachers.
Bad thing is, there's nobody over there. They're all over on this side.
Is now Bulldogs with the line out opportunity. Chance to throw this ball in as Gurillo comes in for the second game here, and he's going to power his way forward. Of course, Gurillo, the star of the first game with 3 goals. It will be a scrum awarded to the the Buckeyes. Looks like it will be a scrum at about the 42. Awarded to the Buckeyes, so they have a chance to roll this one in here. Fighting for territory. Bulldogs doing a good job pushing back now as a big tackle from Cosper. And that's going to be Bulldog ball, stealing it away shortly after the scrum there. As Bulldogs will just kick it, try to get some territory, and it will bounce out. It will be an Adrian College line out at about the 10. And it will be Gurillo throwing this ball in. Bulldogs will retain possession, finding Gurillo right away, and he's going to power his way forward. He is not scared of contact at all, as the Bulldogs are going to keep fighting forward and keep plowing their way into the try line, and it will be a good try for the Bulldogs. Great job by the team plowing their way forward.
That was a great job by the Bulldogs there, just to keep the line moving and get themselves into the try.
Looks like that might have been Patrick O'Day on the score there. As Cole Kinsey lining up for the kick now. As the kick is away, and it will be good. That is a successful conversion for the Bulldogs, bringing this game within 5. We have to remember that the Bulldogs are very good in the second half, as they've drawn a tie in the second half previous weeks. So there's nothing out of the realm of possibility here for the Bulldogs, now down only 1 score.
And you wonder if that score there is going to give the Bulldogs some momentum and be able to tie this up and potentially take a lead later in this game.
As the kick is away, Bulldogs successfully field it, now fighting their way forward. Going into a ruck here. And now straight into a maul. Not really much room to work with there. Just going to keep fighting forward. Cosper pulling it out straight into a kick for the Bulldogs, as that is a sky kick, and the Buckeyes will gain possession before being wrestled down there. Buckeyes faking the kick. Now a pass into the kick. Sorrentino doing a good job grabbing that ball, as it will be a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes. It will be Ohio State ball on the scrum. As we've seen, Gurillo came in the game, and as soon as he comes in the game, first offensive end for the Bulldogs ends in a try. So now Bulldogs roll it in well. And it's pitched away nicely, trying to set up their usual play that they do out of this. as the Buckeyes with a little bit of room now trying to kick it down for some more territory as it'll go in and bounce out the back of the zone. Buckeyes just trying to gain some territory there, but looks like that will be a kick a little bit too far. Looks like that kick came from about the 50, so it will be a scrum awarded to the Bulldogs at that spot. Cosper rolling this ball in. Cosper with the ball, pitches it out quickly as the Bulldogs trying to go the other way in a hurry. A big-time tackle there for the Buckeyes. Now starting a ruck here for the Bulldogs. It's Cosper heading the attack here for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs trying to find some space to work with here, and they will get a little bit of space. Now Gordillo fighting his way forward, finding Jacob Sanders, who's going to plow his way through defenders. Jacob Sanders, a hard man to bring down, as that ball will go out off of an Ohio State player. And it will be a scrum awarded to the Bulldogs, it looks like. No, a line-out awarded for the Bulldogs. Gordillo looking to throw this ball in.
That was a great job by the Bulldogs there, finding a gap in the defense and quite literally running with the ball.
As Jacob Sanders gets the ball off the line out, and he's going to plow his way forward before being brought down. We're going to go ruck here for the Bulldogs. As now Sorrentino with the ball, and he's going to be brought down in a hurry. Bulldogs now trying to get it to the outside. Buckeyes have no one there. Bulldogs with a try. It's successful. That's going to be Ryan Schrammick on the successful try there. As we watch again here, great job by the Bulldogs getting that ball to the outside. Schrammick felt no need to pass that ball in, and he's going to take that one himself.
And that's 2 scores for the Bulldogs within the last 15 minutes.
Tie game right now. This successful try, a successful conversion attempt here, give the Bulldogs the lead. Bulldogs lining up for the kick now. This kick is up, and it will be no good. Just a little bit short there. Tough angle to kick from, but it is a tie game at 12-all. Bulldogs using that momentum in their favor to get back in this game. Buckeyes having to kick this ball away to the Bulldogs now.
We'll have to see how the Buckeyes respond from all this.
Buckeyes started the game good with 2 scores in the first 20 minutes and haven't really seen much success since. Bulldogs doing a good job adapting to what the Buckeyes were doing so well. As the Bulldogs are going to plow their way forward. And that's Gordillo fighting his way forward now. Some short, choppy steps, trying to pick up as much yardage as possible as the Bulldogs are going to go into a maul to gain extra yardage. Cosper pitching it out now. And it's going to be a kick by the Bulldogs just to gain some territory, as that ball is going to bounce. And it's going to be a Buckeye ball. And that ball is going to be pitched around by the Buckeyes. Trying to find some room here. No room to work with, really.
It appears that the Bulldogs are starting to bring the aggression to the Buckeyes, not the other way around anymore.
And they're also using that aggression that the Buckeyes are playing with against them, opening up extra passing lanes for themselves. As it will be a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes here. And it's rolled in. And it's going to be picked up right away by the last man in the scrum for the Buckeyes. Brought down right away by Wayne Cosper. As he's going to be the deep man for that front line there for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now fighting for some territory as that kick is blocked by the Bulldogs. And the Buckeyes trying to fall on it. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to take that ball away. That is a great play there by the Bulldogs.
Adrian College ball. Scrum down on the 15.
It's going to be a scrum here on about the 15 for the Bulldogs. As both teams await the start of this scrum. Now fighting for some territory as that ball is pitched back to Cosper, and he's going to pitch it back as well. Now falling forward. It will be Adrian College with this successful try. Great play there by the Bulldogs.
As we take another look at it,
it's going to be number 6, Matagi Fa'avale. And he had one earlier I incidentally called Patrick O'Day scoring. So that is his second on the day. As we await the conversion attempt.
I will say the wind has died down tremendously.
As this conversion attempt is up, it's no good, wind or not.
But regardless of that, 17 unanswered by the Bulldogs here.
Bulldogs doing a great job stealing the momentum away. As this ball is kicked away, Bulldogs having a tough time handling it. It's Fa'avale brought down. It's going to be a scrum for Ohio State here. As we have less than half of the second half remaining here. Bulldogs are now up 17-12. As the Buckeyes successfully pitch this ball to the outside, now trying to find some room up the middle. Nothing to work with there. They're going to keep, that's a nice fake pass there, but the Bulldogs were not fooled. As the Buckeyes now trying to find some space. But the Bulldogs doing what they did so well in the first game, playing great defense, standing up the Buckeyes. This Bulldogs team plays great, aggressive, and physical defense, especially when they lead. As the Buckeyes trying to find some space to tie this game up. And they will not, as that is a big-time tackle by a couple Bulldog defenders there. Now fighting for a little bit of room is the Buckeyes, trying to get it to the outside. They'll have to cut it up the middle. Nothing to work with. As that's a little bit of a high pass and brought down right away by the Bulldogs. Buckeyes now with a little bit of space. Trying to find a little bit more room than they've been accustomed to so far. Now fighting forward is the Buckeyes. And inside the 10 before being wrestled down by the Bulldogs. Buckeyes have a chance here as they're going to keep fighting forward. But the Bulldogs with a great job playing successful defense here. Just going ruck into maul here for the Buckeyes. It was unsuccessful in the first game. They'll see if they can succeed with it in this game as they're going to go into the maul, and there's nothing there for the Buckeyes. Bulldogs playing great defense. Just trying to keep going to that right side is the Buckeyes. If they can go in a hurry, they might be able to get the Bulldogs off guard as the Buckeyes are going to keep fighting. No signal yet as we're close to that try line. Going to keep fighting forward is the Buckeyes, but the Bulldogs playing great standstill defense here. And the ref is going to award a scrum for the Bulldogs, it looks like. Pushing it back to about the 5-yard line. It will be Adrian Ball at the 5 with this scrum. If they can be successful here, they can put a stop to this Buckeye chance. Everyone getting set up. Wayne Cosper rolling the ball in. And it's going to be picked up by the Bulldogs. And they're going to try to fight their way forward. They just have to do a good job not going into their try end here. They're going to have to gain some space. Not a lot to work with. That's going to be flipped over. Bulldogs are going to keep fighting forward. A lot of physical play, a lot of chit-chat going on down there towards the try line. Buckeyes now playing great defense in their offensive end. The Bulldogs now gaining a little bit more space to work with as they're going to go ruck into maul and just keep repeating that process. They would do it all the way down the field if it works. As now it's going to be pitched out, and the Buckeyes with a chance as they dive on the ball. No, it looks like that ball might have squeezed right through the pile and went out of play. No, it will be a successful try. A little bit of a late call there, but the Buckeyes will score. So that will make it 17-17. Conversion attempt here big for the Buckeyes as they have a chance to take the lead.
That was a great job by the Buckeyes there, keeping the aggression on to force the turnover.
A little bit of a more difficult kick for the Buckeyes. The near side of the field. Lining it up for the Buckeyes. Trying to set up this kick here for the Buckeyes. Looks like that might be Gavin Goodall, number 23, and that kick will be no good. So now we await the Bulldog kick. Bulldogs kicking it away. It's going to take a nice hop there, and the Bulldogs will gain possession, but tackled out of play. That was Alex Bolu who was tackled out of play there. It will be Ohio State ball with a line out at about the 30, 35-yard line. As this is a successful line out, the ref will call stoppage here.
Looks like it'll be a line out for Adrian.
And it will be Guerrero looking to throw this ball in. Nice play there. Looked like the Buckeyes were offside for a second. It stopped a throw attempt, but no call as Guerrero has the ball ripped away, but it will be Bulldog ball still. The chance to kick here. And this ball will be kicked out of play. It will be a line out awarded to the Bulldogs. Guerrero throwing it in. Good job by the Bulldogs. And they're going to fake the maul, and they're going to try to get it to the outside. That's Ramsey now fighting his way forward. As this is going to get outside now for the Buckeyes as they will steal possession away. Bulldogs trying to do the same. As the Buckeyes now setting up for a kick, and they will boot this ball away. Bulldogs fielding the kick successfully and fighting up and out of bounds. It will be a line out awarded to the Buckeyes. Line out around the 45 here with 9 minutes remaining. It is a tie game. That ball will be retained by the Buckeyes as they are trying to get it to the outside where the Bulldogs have less defenders, but the Bulldogs doing a good job there, forcing a ruck and slowing down this Buckeye attack. Bulldogs trying to fight the Buckeyes away from territory there. Buckeyes now. As that will be stopped. It will be Adrian College ball here. And it will be a quick kick. Guerrero fighting his way forward and down to the 30 where we will have a ruck. Cosper pitching it out over to Gatewood. Gatewood now pitching it. And that's going to be a nice fight forward for the Bulldogs.
And as we get later into this game, you have to wonder how much is the conditioning and how tired are these players going to be? Some of them that played in the first game as well.
Yes, as we've seen Cosper take a little bit of a more prominent role pitching the ball out instead of being the speedster down the sideline, as now the Bulldogs with Cosper. But the play will be stopped, and it will be a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes. Be around the 35 here. Both teams getting set. Ref making his commands, and the ball is rolled in. As this ball is pitched out, and the Buckeyes will go straight into a kick for territory as it goes out of play. It will get pushed back now. Looks as if it will be a line out around the 30 for the Bulldogs, 25 for the Bulldogs. Almost to the 20. As the Bulldogs successful line out there, get the ball to Cosper. He's been running their offense today as they're going to try to push this ball to the outside. And a great play for the Bulldogs now, fighting his way forward is number 10 now at the bottom of the ruck. That's Thomas Howard fighting forward. It will be Adrian College ball as Gatewood fighting there for every argumentative standpoint in this game. As the ball is kicked out of play, so we will have another line out here. Set up for the Bulldogs. Gurito, the one throwing the ball in. Bulldogs have gotten the ball back to the person throwing it in a couple times throughout these two games. Ref making sure both teams are within their spots, as this ball will be retained by the Bulldogs. And it is flipped to Gurito, fighting his way forward for another try. His fourth of the day, first of this game. Gurito doing a great job all day as he pitched that ball in, and they ran a perfect set to get it back to him on the backside. And another great score to take the lead, up 22-17.
And this has been a great job by the Bulldogs in the second half here, clawing their way back and now taking their lead back.
As we await the conversion try here from Cole Kinsey. Conversion here could be big. As this conversion attempt is good. Cole Kinsey putting them up by 7. That is going to make this a very important game. Buckeyes now, with about 3:40 to work with, are down by a successful try and conversion attempt following. We'll see what they can do here.
Yeah, that was a very important conversion success there.
As this ball, a little bit of a shorter kick, it will be grabbed by Ramsey now, fighting his way forward, dragging defenders with him. And he will pitch it back. Bulldogs will pick it up, and now they are out of play. It will be a scrum awarded to the Buckeyes here. It'll be a line out, actually, on about the 25. Ohio State ball. Buckeyes trying to make sure they have everybody in the right position, and the Buckeyes will gain possession there. Looks like we will redo the line out, this time Bulldog ball. Or no, we will have a scrum this time for the Bulldogs. At about the 25. Bulldogs can retain possession here and kind of eat away at the clock. Here goes the scrum. And the Bulldogs will take it, and they're going to have some space to work with here before getting brought down. That was as they're going to keep fighting. Some good fighting here, back and forth for the Bulldogs as the ball finds Guerrero. Bulldogs are going to keep pitching as great fake there by Cosper as he will keep the ball. And now they're going to go ruck into pitch, and a great run there by the Bulldogs as the clock is just eating away. Bulldogs retain possession for the rest of this game, and we will watch them win. Now fighting for some territory. Buckeyes have the ball now around midfield. Now Buckeyes pushing forward aggressively. Bulldogs will come away with that ball, and the Bulldogs with a lot of room to work. It's Ramsey fighting his way forward. Just refusing to go down is Ramsey as we have 30 seconds left in this game. Bulldogs now with a nice fake there by Guerrero as the Buckeyes are trying to rip that ball out. A last-ditched effort. And it will be Buckeye ball. About 12 seconds to work with here for the Buckeyes. They're going to kick this ball down. It will go out of play. Just a territory kick there. That is the end of regular time. Now running off the ref's watch for a little bit of extra time here.
And you have to wonder how much time that is given Ohio State's position here.
Ohio State has to drastically be aware of their situation right now, needing to have this be a successful lineout on about the 35 here. And that's going to be a wild throw. Bulldogs are going to take possession here, and Bulldogs are just going to kick it out of play. And that's going to be the game. Bulldogs win 24-17, coming away with the win there, not allowing the Buckeyes to fight back. A nice comeback after going into the half, down 12-0, 24-5 in the second half. And that's been a great game between two tough squads fighting for every step there. What did you see in that game, Michael, compared to the first one?
Well, the aggression level was a lot higher in that second game.
Yes, it was. And the Bulldogs picked up the aggression in the second half, allowing them to come away with the win, now going up to 4-0-1. They have a game next week away, and then we will be back here in Docking Stadium against Lindenwood University. That has been all. I am Sean Whitmer with Michael Hale on Adrian College TV. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.